Welcome back, dear viewers, to episode 10 of We Are the American Indian, Black like Ethiopians, Early Accounts of the Carolina Indians. In 1524, Giovanni da Verrazzano, an Italian explorer sailing under the French flag, documented his first encounter with the indigenous inhabitants of the Carolinas. In a letter to King Francis I, he vividly described the people he encountered as having a complexion black like Ethiopians, with strong features and a distinctive way of life. This remarkable account provides an early glimpse into the diversity of indigenous cultures in the Americas, challenging conventional narratives about the region's original inhabitants. Verazzano's observations not only highlight their physical characteristics, but also their advanced societal organization, resourceful lifestyles, and the rich, untapped potential of the land itself. In today's video, we'll dive into Verazzano's descriptions, exploring the historical significance of his findings and how they contribute to our understanding of the ancient peoples of the Southeast. Let's uncover the legacy of these remarkable encounters and the people who left such a lasting impression in history.
But before we embark, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our historical explorations.
Today, we're diving into the early pages of sailors' narratives of voyages along the New England coast, 1524 to 1624, a remarkable collection of first-hand accounts that reveal the early European exploration of the New England shoreline. From pages 3 to 20, we'll explore the vivid descriptions and personal experiences of Giovanni da Verrazzano, the Italian explorer who, in 1524, provided some of the earliest recorded impressions of the lands and peoples of this region. These pages capture Verazzano's encounter with the indigenous peoples who had thrived there for centuries. This section is a treasure trove of history, shedding light on the landscapes, cultures, and first interactions that shaped the foundation of future relations between Europeans and American Indians, on pages 3 to 5, where it states, "Since the tempest which we encountered on the northern coast, I have not written to your most serene and Christian majesty concerning the 4 ships sent out by your orders on the ocean to discover new lands, because I thought you must have been before apprised of all that had happened to us, that we had been compelled by the impetuous violence of the winds to put into Brittany in distress, with only the 2 ships, Normandy and Dolphin, and that after having repaired these ships, we made a cruise in them, well armed, along the coast of Spain, as your majesty must have heard, and also of our new plan of continuing our begun voyage with the Dolphin alone. From this voyage being now returned, I proceed to give your majesty an account of our discoveries. On the 17th of last January, January 1524, we set sail from a desolate rock near the island of Madeira, belonging to His Most Serene Majesty the King of Portugal, with 50 men, having provisions sufficient for 8 months, arms, and other warlike munition and naval stores. Sailing westward with a light and pleasant easterly breeze, in 25 days we ran 800 leagues. On the 24th of February, we encountered as violent a hurricane as any ship ever weathered, from which we escaped unhurt by the divine assistance and goodness, to the praise of the glorious and fortunate name of our good ship, that had been able to support the violent tossing of the waves. Pursuing our voyage towards the west, a little northwardly, in 24 days more march, having run 400 leagues, we reached a new country/Carolina coast, which had never before been seen by anyone, either in ancient or modern times. At first it appeared to be very low, but on approaching it to within a quarter of a league from the shore we perceived, by the great fires near the coast, that it was inhabited. We perceived that it stretched to the south and coasted along in that direction in search of some port in which we might come to anchor and examine into the nature of the country, but for 50 leagues we could find none in which we could lie securely. Seeing the coast still stretched to the south, we resolved to change our course and stand to the northward, and as we still had the same difficulty, we drew in with the land and sent a boat on shore. Many people who were seen coming to the seaside fled at our approach, but occasionally stopping, they looked back upon us with astonishment, and some were at length induced, by various friendly signs, to come to us. These showed the greatest delight on beholding us, wondering at our dress, countenances, and complexion. They then showed us by signs where we could more conveniently secure our boat, and offered us some of their provisions. That your majesty may know all that we learned, while on shore, of their manners and customs of life, I will relate what we saw as briefly as possible. They go entirely naked, except that about the loins they wear skins of small animals, like martens fastened by a girdle of plaited grass, to which they tie, all round the body, the toils of other animals hanging down to the knees. All other parts of the body and the head are naked. Some wear garlands similar to birds' feathers. The complexion of these people is black, not much different from that of the Ethiopians. Their hair is black and thick, and not very long. It is worn tied back upon the head in the form of a little tail. In person they are of good proportions, of middle stature, a little above our own, broad across the breast, strong in the arms, and well formed in the legs and other parts of the body. The only exception to their good looks is that they have broad faces, but not all, however, as we saw many that had sharp ones, with large black eyes and a fixed expression. Now, let's take a moment to explain. Giovanni da Verrazzano's account of his 1524 exploration provides one of the earliest detailed descriptions of indigenous peoples in the Americas, particularly along the Carolina coast. His observations offer insights into their physical appearance and demeanor. Let's explore his descriptions of their complexion, faces, and hair in great detail. 1. Complexion. Verazzano described the indigenous peoples as having a black complexion, which he compared to that of Ethiopians. This comparison indicates a deep, dark skin tone, which stood out to him in contrast to European standards of the time. He noted a shining quality to their skin, which may have been a natural result of environmental factors such as exposure to the sun, the humid coastal climate, or possibly the application of oils or other substances used in their daily lives. 2. Facial features. Verazzano observed that the people were well proportioned, with balanced physical features that highlighted their strength and vitality. Many had broad faces, which he identified as one of their distinctive physical characteristics. However, not all shared this trait. He also saw individuals with sharper facial features showing diversity among their population. Their large black eyes were particularly striking, conveying a fixed expression that Verazzano found memorable. This description suggests a deep sense of focus or intensity in their gaze, which likely left a strong impression on him and his crew. While Verazzano commented on the broadness of their faces as an exception to what he considered good looks, he recognized their features as expressive, unique, and reflective of their cultural and physical strength. 3. Hair. Their hair was black, thick, and not very long, which suited their active lifestyle and environment. They tied their hair into a small tail at the back of the head. This hairstyle, simple yet purposeful, likely served both practical and cultural purposes, keeping hair neat during daily activities and possibly reflecting social or individual identity. Verazzano's observations suggest a deliberate effort to maintain personal grooming, which speaks to their sense of individuality and cultural norms. 4. Physical build. Verazzano described them as being of middle stature, slightly taller than Europeans. They were broad across the chest and had strong arms and well-formed legs, indicative of their physically demanding lifestyle. Their build reflected strength and fitness, essential for hunting, fishing, and other daily activities. Their appearance, with a strong and proportional physique, conveyed a sense of capability and adaptability to their environment. 5. Cultural observations. Their use of animal skins for clothing, limited to covering the loins, and garlands of bird feathers as adornments, emphasized a practical and resourceful approach to attire, adapted to the warm climate of the region. Verazzano's crew noted the curiosity and hospitality of these people, as they showed delight and wonder at the Europeans' dress and appearance, even as their own features and expressions left a deep impression on Verazzano. Verazzano's descriptions provide a window into how early European explorers perceived the physical and cultural diversity of indigenous peoples in the Americas. His comparisons to Ethiopians and his detailed attention to their strong physiques, expressive eyes, and distinct grooming practices reveal both admiration and an attempt to contextualize the unfamiliar within his own European framework. This account not only highlights the physical traits of the Carolina indigenous peoples, but also offers a glimpse into their strength, dignity, and connection to their environment. It serves as an invaluable historical record, bridging the perspectives of two vastly different worlds during their first encounters.
If you would like to express your encouragement towards these works and content, please go to paypal.me/SvnoyiWahya, or you can even directly contribute through Cashapp at $SvnoyiWahya. Any amount you give will be immensely appreciated. Thank you for your generosity.
Join the SvnoyiWahya membership and support the channel, and be a part of the community by becoming a member and gaining exclusive perks while supporting the channel's growth. Your support helps to create more content exploring indigenous history, culture, and stories. Click the join button and choose your level to make an impact.